First, I must say how honored I am for receiving the 2020 Colorado Springs Women of Influence Award by the Colorado Springs Business Journal. 2020 has been a particularly challenging year, and I'm humbled to be among so many women who are tackling the challenges of our city and tackling them head on. I'd like to thank Ekta Morkulier, Executive Director of the Pikes Peak SBDC, for the nomination. You are my hero in so many ways, and I never fall lower than as high as you hold me up. Thank you. My husband, Chris, whose belief in me has never faltered. To him, I owe everything. As I thought of my response, of course, I had to write it down because I can't ever remember. But as I thought about it, about what community means to me and how important it is, I thought about all of these aforementioned people, but mostly I thought about my 5 children, who are my entire world. When my oldest child, Taryn, was in high school, she asked me if she could go on a summer trip to Belize with her friends. I denied her request immediately because we could not afford it. I sent my children to a school district who's focused on STEM subjects, even though I knew that we would be one of the lower to middle class families in the school. As tears welled up in her eyes, I knew it was time to explain what community meant to me. I explained that for us, in order for our children to succeed and get to the top, we had to put our children on our shoulders and stand on our tiptoes in order for them to get to the top. And I was standing on Dad's shoulders while he stood on his tiptoes. She would have to stand on her tiptoes while she stood on my shoulders while I stood on Dad's shoulders, and focus on her grades and sports. And if we were even more lucky, the people at the top would reach down and help her the rest of the way. You see, for Latino, Black, and people of color, we face walls with no ladders. Our journey to the top takes community. It takes community to come around us. People like neighbors and friends, coaches, teachers, mentors. It takes everyone to come alongside us and steady us so that we don't buckle from the pressure when the winds of change and all the things that come don't break us down. People who encourage us to go on when people at the top throw down stones to make sure that we don't get to the top. Stones of racism, stones of barriers for career success, or simply people who lack the cultural knowledge of our own backgrounds. You see, for us, there are no ladders to the top. We must build them to get there. We must build our own ladders as we go. I explained to my daughter that she will learn along the way that many don't have to worry about these things. They not only have a ladder to the top, they have a staircase. They have generational inheritance. They don't have to worry about how to pay for college. They don't have to worry about how to pay for trips or down payments for a home. They don't have to worry about systemic racism. If they get pulled over for a ticket, they don't have to worry. I have since explained to all of my children, who are now grown, that they have a responsibility to our community, that when they get to the top, they have to help build ladders for others and extend a hand to help others get to the top, to build those ladders, because that's what community means. They have to support and steady those people that are building those ladders. That's why there are people in our community that are called pillars of our community, because they are putting on our community on their shoulders. People like Joyce Salazar, Joaquin Mobley, Ben Anderson, Promise Lee, Julie Rodriguez, Amy Gillentine, Tanya Ramsey, and so many others. They hold us all up on their very strong shoulders. And I'm asking every one of you tonight who's watching to come alongside me and help steady others or pull others up who you see are building ladders to the top. With gratefulness in my heart, in my servant heart, I thank you. Good evening.